But we're going to be moving on to our final Splat Zones set of the day, if I'm not mistaken. And this is going to be Mutebot versus Kairos. And I don't believe we have spotlights for either of these teams. So we're instead going to be going to one of our teams that took an early exit here. We're going to be going to Wink Nation. And we're going to go ahead and see there. So don't go away.
Hello, I'm Vanny, representing Team Wink Nation, and I define the team as the good and the bad times we've had as friends, and our love Splatoon bring us together. To me, it's almost like a close-knit family that we've been together with. A victory, to us, is a great opportunity to experience something new as a team, and more importantly, to play with friends and be able to possibly meet them is something very important to us as well. And we will win because we believe in ourselves and each other. And I truly believe that we can do anything if we put our minds together. And even though it may sound cheesy, I love my friends very much. And I believe that we can truly do something great.
All right, thank you for that spotlight, and just want to take a minute to throw shout-outs to every team who joined here today, and I think that spotlight really kind of highlighted just how much how close some of these teams are, how much of a community it is, and that's really a part that I know you've seen a lot over the course of these spotlights, and it's true. These teams they're very close, and victory means a lot to all of them, but even if they're losing, it's a big thing, and I want to give a shout out now to the people who are doing this. Thank you, Nintendo. Thank you, Battlefy, for putting this event on. And thank you again to InkTV Splat for giving me an opportunity to commentate today. You can follow us at InkTV Splat. Help out the community, help us grow, help more teams like this get into big events like these. And it's going to be some fun stuff here coming up right now with Mutebot and Kairos, and it looks like my commentator partner is not back yet. So talk a little bit now about now you're back.
Hi.
I think I said that right at that time too.
It's all right. I was you're lucky you said something because I was going to make a fool out of you, but
dang. Well, thank you for not doing that. So yeah, Mutebot. Let's talk about Mutebot versus Kairos here is our final thing. The winner of this punches their ticket to, what will this be? Top 4 at that point? Yeah. So we're moving on to the tower control segment. So yeah, go ahead and talk about some of these players.
Yeah. So the perspective that we're going to be watching, Spectre. She is. Honestly, she's a really good sniper. I've met her at both the lands I went to, Dump Park on the Grass and Squidstorm. She has really good positioning, and what I think is actually best about her positioning isn't necessarily that she's in the right place at the right time, but she moves to the right places at the right time. You know what I mean? She doesn't overcommit. She doesn't kind of like chase kills. You know what I mean? She kind of has a good sense of like where the line is, and she sticks to it. So even though it might be tempting to get a kill that she sees, or maybe even tempting to try to run away at a time when she shouldn't. She kind of, I suppose that she positions herself based on her team and not on herself. We're going to go ahead and do a time check here. I'm at 41, 40, 39,
I'm at 42,
38,
40, 39, 38.
Keep going.
34, 33, 32.
I'm at 33, 32,
I'll pause now.
30, 29, 28.
Okay, now we're back.
27, 26, 25. Go with you, Black. Awesome. All right, cool. We are synced.
Awesome. So once again, we'll be seeing the perspective of a sniper on this, and I don't know. The sniper, with the exception of Deadbeat, of course, has not had the best of luck here today. So we'll see here. I know this Spectre and this map have gone well together. Thinking about don't park on the grass here.
Yeah.
Shots, Luna,
Well, it's kind of funny sometimes how once something happens at a LAN, even if it didn't happen online,
Right.
it just kind of becomes imbued, right? Like
It's true.
For example,
great snipe.
Oh man. Yeah, actually, I guess back to the match, but we're going to see a slightly different playstyle out of Spectre than we saw out of Resbit. Not only because she's a different type of sniper, but also because she's using a different kit. The kit that she's using, it does not have an invincibility special like Resbit had, but it does have a useful sub that can kind of double as a close range weapon. Not really, but it does mean that if she sees an opportunity to punish someone at close range, she can go for it. So sometimes, like we talked about, where she can move forward with the line and move back with the line a little bit better than some other snipers. When she moves forward, she does have the option for those burst bombs, so kind of keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you talked about the different kits. One thing that I don't know if we've made clear for people who are watching right now, Splatoon has a number of different weapons, and then there are oftentimes variants of those weapons. There might be the custom, the deco, whatever the arbitrary subtitle is. It's the
nice
same.
burst bomb.
What? It's the same main weapon. The sub weapon is just a little bit different, and yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. Another burst bomb? No, she's gonna go for the shot.
Not going to get the kill, but it is. I remember back in the early days before this actually got a nerf, you used to be able to throw 4 burst bombs on one tank, and people complained about it, and it got nerfed, and a little bit more balanced now, I'd say.
Yeah, the burst bombs are definitely different now. They weren't necessarily nerfed. They were kind of nerfed for the E-liter.
For the E-liter in particular.
And for some weapons they were nerfed, but for weapons in general, the burst bombs are better. You just get less of them. So for a weapon that primarily uses its normal weapon for kills and uses the burst bomb to support it, the burst bombs are just about as good as they were. However, if you rely on the burst bombs too much, since you can't throw that many of them, you can't really use it as a primary weapon. This is kind of like a balancing thing. But either way, there's a little bit of pressure coming to the right side of the map right now, right? Like zone gets taken. Spectre fortunately able to get 2 kills and kind of prevent this from turning into a big problem. Actually, all right, that's a 4v1 situation. Mutebot should be just pushing forward really fast. They were kind of a little bit hesitant, so that may make a difference on how many points they get from this retake. If it ends up being 1, then that's pretty funny. But yeah, perhaps what could have been a better push-up kind of became just like maybe mediocre mid-control, but that's okay. Plenty of time left in this match. Low-scoring game. Spectre gets another kill. She goes for another kill in mid. Remember, unfortunately, able to take out her teammate as she's going to anticipate this shooter moving up to the left and potentially punish him if he moves up. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, and right now, whoa,
there he was.
That came out of absolutely nowhere. But yeah, just like you were talking about, okay, gonna get shut down before too much starts here. But once again, just like the last couple times we've seen this map, it's just kind of a slow going here at the. I guess this isn't really the start with 2 minutes left in the game, but
it feels like the start.
It does feel like the start because just not a lot's happened here. But Spectre might be able to take this zone herself. Or wait, is that the zone they have? Okay, no, she did take it. Nice.
There we go. There's control. 3v2 situation. Spectre gets a kill in the zone, so stops any potential paint from happening. And honestly, if she keeps painting the zone and not too many people get over to the left, they could get the lead off this. There's only 3 seconds left. Mutebot members are going down. I don't know. Kairos might actually be able to punish some over-aggression here. I think that they should just kind of take the control that they have and then make a separate push over to zone, which it looks like is what they're going to do. That is a 3v4 situation. There is an Inkzuka going down. There's some pressure. Dynamo push back, and it'll really paint. As long as this player over to the right gets punished, I think that they'll be okay. But if they do take the zone, that's bad. Oh, no, that's bad. That's a penalty, and there's only a minute left. So a very light... Oh, bomb.
Yeah, very unfortunate stuff there. You see, drats, absolutely. That's just how you feel whenever you die. Like, but yeah, we're gonna see them. They're gonna go over here, Overlook. Spectre's gonna try to get a pick here, help out her teammates on snipe. Okay, the threat on snipe is gone. She's gonna move to this position that we've seen so much. Throw a little paint on there, but they've got to get the kills right now because the stealth jump is going to be coming in, and it's not enough to just get the kill. You have to get the kill, and you have to take the area as well. And with only 40 seconds left. Things not looking
Dynamo
good.
Mid-match. She can get a kill on this Dynamo? No. That Dynamo saw it coming. But yeah, unfortunately, like because of that little partial wipe where where Kairos was able to take the zone. It turned what would have been a light sprinkling of the zone to becoming a victory with only 3 seconds left, and now they actually have to get some formidable control. And the way that we've seen this match so far, they've kind of been having difficulty doing that. So that happening in the next 15 seconds, I don't know, 3v3 situation, Dynamo painting zone, Spectre going to miss a shot on the Dynamo twice in a row. That's pretty bad, but
Watch the
kills go down. Control happens. Oh,
that's a huge kill on the Dynamo. Oh, that was huge.
All right, Spectre watch right side and punish stealth jumps, maybe?
They gotta keep paint. They gotta keep paint on it, and that is going to be a Oh no! Oh
no!
No way! No way! No way! Is the time's running? Time's running out. Time's running out. There's only a limited amount of time if you're not in control of the zone. They're still not in control of the zone. 2 in the zone. And that's gonna be it. Okay, so right there, you saw a mechanic that that Splatoon has. If you tie someone who is winning and then you lose it immediately as you tie, you actually lose the point that you had. Because, the game can't end in a tie game. That was so unfortunate. You saw it say 82. I know you saw it.
Yeah, what ends up happening is if there is a tied score in Splatoon and the objective stops being touched and it has to go to a tiebreaker, whichever team got control first keeps it. So what actually happens is you can't, like, for example, the opponent has 82, a score of 82. If you get a score of 82, it's not enough. You got to go to 81. So it didn't happen, and the objective went to a tiebreaker. Kairos had control first, and that was it.
Yeah, that would wow. I'm glad that we got at least one match where we can see that. But right now, I believe that we're going to be switching over to someone on Kairos to offer you a little bit different of a perspective. So let's go ahead and give us a second to get switched up to that. Real quick, partially to nullify the voice comms.
Gotcha. Yeah, so we're gonna bear with us a second as we hit the switch. And we'll get a time signature once all 3 of us are loaded up.
Mm-hmm. And this is normally the part where I would ask you what you think needs to change for them to win. But that was such a small margin of victory that I think you just go into it with your same game plan there. Just a couple unfortunate things there. They got a little bit of pressure on Spectre, but I mean, for the most part, that's as close as it gets.
All right, and I have my. Okay, we're going to actually go ahead and hop on Wolf's stream, which will be great because I like making fun of Wolf. So we'll see how much we can embarrass him. Right, as my player is loading up, I'll go ahead and start counting. I'm at 53, 52,
54,
51,
53, 52, 51, 50.
Keep going.
48, 47, 46, 45, 44.
All right, I'm good. Blake,
cool.
You good?
Awesome.
Yes, we are all synced.
All right, so I tuned in just in time to see Wolf go down, but Wolf is using a weapon that we haven't seen from anybody today, if I'm not mistaken, and that's the 96 Gal Deco. And this, for those of you who don't know, this is a storied weapon. This was in the early days of Splatoon, before it got nerfed several times.
This weapon used to be top tier.
Yeah,
this and E-Liter were by far the best 2 weapons in the game, right? Mm-hmm. And E-Liter got somewhat nerfed. This one got nerfed a little bit more. Other weapons came out that just kind of also do its role maybe a little bit better. The custom range blaster kind of took over what the 96 used to be. So it went from being a really defensive meta to a more neutral paced meta to an aggressive meta. But it's a little bit weird that Wolf's actually choosing the 96 Gal, because normally he likes to use really bad weapons on purpose. So I'm not exactly sure why he's using a high tier weapon, but I guess we'll see if it works out for him. They do have the lead right now. He is able to take out a Splatling, which is a huge deal. That's their long range painting support. He backs out from this blaster, doesn't die to the bomb, and he's going to get Kraken and probably use it really soon.
Like right there. Unfortunately, not quite able to get the kill there, but his teammate did, so it's fine. And okay, there we go. That's what he's looking for. He's going to throw out the wall. Yep, going to throw out the wall and going to go back to painting.
I mean, not nice. Wolf, that wasn't good enough.
So, yeah, one of the reasons that this weapon is so powerful, it's really the main weapon. I mean, I guess it's been nerfed in all sorts of aspects, but the main weapon, this is a long-range shooter that's a 2-hit kill. And it's got a little bit of RNG to its shots, though it's gotten a little bit tighter. and it's got Kraken. So on paper, you can see why it's so strong, and Wolf just showed why there. He got a kill, he got his Kraken, he went around and he threw a wall to play defense. You know, it kind of covers everything as he then picks up another kill and another kill at 2 completely different ranges. So you're seeing Wolf just kind of shark around here. He's marked, but he knows that he has enough range that it's not a huge deal for him to be marked.
Yeah, he can also put up that wall and actually be a distraction because everybody can be like, oh, we're going to go after this person that's marked, and then there's a wall there and it prevents you from doing anything about it while his teammates go up and do some stuff. But Wolf's in a little bit of a sticky situation here. Fortunately, his teammates able to help him out with that Zimmy. He puts up a wall but gets killed by the Dynamo. Dynamo can go over the wall. That's another way that you can deal with walls. Like we said, the walls are pretty balanced in Cerebral. It's not just an invincibility button. However, his teammates are able to kind of dominate the situation. Wolf's going to get back to map. He's going to be able to get into the situation, use his long range and his walls, and I think that this has potential to be closed out right here. 3v4 situation, yes, but there's just a lot of control going on right now.
Yeah, a lot of control going on right now, and I mean, you're just kind of seeing right now they've moved Spectre into a position where she's going to be able to get some kills here too, and just all around a solid play.
Yeah, and this is 2 seconds left. There's a specials going down, but they can't really paint that Kraken. The bubble weapon not in position, and that's it. So, as we kind of see, Wolf decides not to go a meme weapon for once and actually wins a match. No. But no, that's actually a pretty good team comp. I like what I see. That they have the Dynamo. Actually, surprisingly with Ink Strike, usually you see a silver Dynamo there for the Sprinkler. However, with the 96 and the 10 attack, able to kind of deal with enemy sprinklers, as well as the sniper, and they can deal with enemy sprinklers because they're long range. Typically, sprinklers get placed up high on the map here that sprinkles down on zone and just keeps taking the map. And if you don't have long range weapons, it can't deal with it. I guess they thought that their matchup was fine as long as they had those tools to deal with those kind of strategies, and it ended up working out for them. They honestly just kind of seized control and never really gave up control. They were pretty smart about how they positioned themselves and how they kind of received enemy pushes and didn't get themselves killed, and it worked out for them. So now the set is 1-1.
Yeah, and I just want to throw a little shout out that we've been getting people saying I believe we are over 2,000 viewers. So
hey.
Yeah, that's amazing. Awesome job to everyone who's been working on putting this together. Thank you to all the teams for showing up. But now back to it. I had to reset my stream there, so let's get another sync real quick. I'm at 29, 28,
31,
27,
30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, or 0.
All right, I think we're pretty well synced up. I'll
do another. We can let Blet count. Muted from the stream when the next game starts, just to make sure that you're okay as we start up in this next one.
Sounds good.
All right, and Wolf is actually going to be using the Slasher Decker here.
Okay, we're all synced up.
And cool. Now, the Slasher Deco is really similar to the 96 gal that we just saw. What we saw before was a very straightforward shooter that it's kind of mid-range rifle, kind of slow-paced mid-range rifle that has the defensive invincibility option and the wall option. This weapon has the same kit, but the weapon itself is different, and it does not have heavy depletion. The 96 gal loses pretty much all its meter when it dies, whereas this weapon barely loses any meter when it dies, and it paints a little bit better at the cost of killing power. So this is more of a support-oriented version of the weapon we just saw. Now maybe he thinks that the ability to paint and the ability to still maintain strong specials when he's down are important on this map. I could see that, although the range would be nice from the 96. We'll see how Wolf ends up playing this. He does get underneath the snipe, and ooh, okay, nice prediction.
Yes.
Yeah, nice prediction from that heavy splatling, knowing that Wolf was going to try to get the 2-shot kill, and as soon as the first slash went off, he kind of positioned himself to punish Wolf kind of shooting where he was before, ends up getting the kill. That all being said, Mutebot going to be able to get into a dominant position here and start taking a little bit of control.
Yeah, and I was actually about to say, I think one of the reasons that Wolf would pick this weapon here is because of what we've seen him do these last 2 times. Unfortunately, he's died from it. But just that pressure on those on that upper range right there, like we said before, the Slosher doesn't really lose a lot in the way of fall-off damage that a shooter would.
No.
And also, you can just rain the Sloshes down from this position right here. Exactly that. And, you know, it's if they sneak right under you, but you still manage to chip them, it's still solid damage. And, yeah, I can understand why Wolf would go here, especially if he likes this kit.
Yeah. That or he just likes playing weapons that aren't as good as the ones that he should be using. But we won't talk about that. Wolf here is going to respawn, and like we said, the light depletion means that, look, he barely painted anything while spawning. He already has over half his meter back, and he didn't even have full meter when he died. So that means that Kraken's going to be coming soon. He's about 2/3 to Kraken. His teammates, unfortunately, are dying, but that means that he's actually going to be able to gain more meter. as he has more opportunities to paint, as he needs to crack it now. Oh, he doesn't get it. That's fine, though. Like we said, he has light depletion. He's going to respawn with it. Enemy gets the zone. Hydra forced to use his bubble, but it's not the worst thing ever.
Yeah, not the worst thing ever, although now they've got to be careful here. You see two people back there all the way to the left. I think one of them went down. The real danger in this map is if you lose that area, you know, earlier. If you lose that area, you lose access to all the paint. Is Double Kraken's going to come out? What? Well, okay. I was going to say, are they all going to live? Okay. So they've managed to take it back? Maybe not.
Ooh, Blaster going to go and shut it down.
Yeah, so if they take this area right here that you see the Blaster move to, it becomes so difficult to build special and get back in because you just lose all your things. You can see right there, 3 teammates trying to go left. Looks like Wolf going to do a bit of a solo mission here on the right. And they just have to find a way here. Way in here is that clock. Okay, clock not ticking anymore, but they're back to neutral, but they're down, so it's not really neutral.
Yeah, they are pretty far down in score. Unfortunately, that loss of positioning and control led to a lot of points from the enemy team. As you know, what seemed like a crazy situation. Kraken, there, good,
got it.
So this is not bad. This is a 4v3 situation. Wolf's gonna crack it. Oh no!
Whoa!
That was just really good positioning by that heavy deco there. You know, Wolf did not know that heavy deco was going to be there, and he thought that he was going to push the enemy team back and swing around back to safety, and there was just a heavy deco ready there to punish him. And I think that was actually a partial charge. It might have actually been frame perfect because that heavy deco just wasn't there a moment before. Very difficult to do with heavy deco. Requires a lot of dexterity to be able to do that. And in addition to that, Kairos is able to take advantage of that combat situation and take zone completely. Timer's still going down, only a few seconds left. A minute left in the game. This is very hard for me. Oh.
Yep, and the Inkzuka is going to finally end the little defense that Wolf was going there. I was actually about to say, Wolf better hope that an Inkzuka doesn't show up. I guess commentator's pre-curse there, but you saw it right there. Mm-hmm. They took that back left side, and you know, like you said, out of positioning. Just too much time goes off. Too much time goes off. You have to start playing a little bit more desperately. You play too desperately, and you just get in a position where you just kind of start feeding the other team kills, and that's what happens.
I don't know. Unfortunately, Wolf lets his memes be dreams. Doesn't go 96 and goes negative. No, I make fun of Wolf a lot, but we were teammates for a long time, and I know that he talked a lot. Oh, don't go 90. Don't go 89, Wolf. Oh, no. All right. He talked a lot about how he's been practicing 96 and how he's kind of been developing some really good team comps with 96. And some of the ones he told me, I thought they were really good. But unfortunately, he's not going to go that. And I'm a little bit curious about this team comp right now because the 89, like, yes, the sprinklers and everything, like, it's Splat Zones, you can paint a lot. But on Salt Spray, if you don't have top control, it doesn't really matter if you can paint a lot. You drop an Ink Strike onto zone when an enemy has control. They back up for a moment. They can still kill you if you come up the ramp and they just paint the zone. So hopefully it doesn't backfire in Wolf's face.
Yeah, this is actually a really, really interesting, like you said, team comp. No blasters here, and I mean, I know that blaster isn't the optimal weapon here, but usually you'd like a little bit of kill power, especially to get that control there at the start. And we do see, again, a Luna Blaster coming out and a Carbon Roller. So you see Kairos thinking kills right now, and we'll see if it pays off for them here at the start.
Yeah, so Wolf is definitely going to use a sprinkler in a safe spot. Yeah, over there to the right. Oh no, the wall isn't able. The wall, like the invincibility specialist, has to go through a slight animation before it's active and can protect you. And unfortunately, Wolf and his teammate there just moved too forward too fast, relying on that wall that hadn't actually deployed yet. And they are going to go ahead get killed there. Wolf gonna go ahead and flank over here to the right, and hopefully be able to support his team, not get killed from a spawning player from behind, and get into position to help.
Yeah, and right there you saw 3 go off right at the get-go for 3 go down right off the get-go there for Mutebot, and this timer is still ticking away.
Nice
They're
kill.
gonna gets a kill there, and they should be able to stack a penalty on here, and they do. So now here's where it's like here's where the big part is. You know, you're
this
down.
This is kind of cute because Wolf is hiding in that sprinkler there, so any hitboxes that get thrown his way will hit the sprinkler instead of him. He is going to have to be careful here.
Gets one.
Gets 2. All right, nice kill.
Oh. But the 2 that he took down were the 2 painting like threats there. He did take down the Dynamo, and he did take down
Zuka going off
the Splatling.
Why does Wolf have Main Saber on, by the way? I'm wondering what exactly about this weapon wants Main Saber. Maybe he gets more shots after a sprinkler or something like that. Not exactly sure. But either way, unfortunately, they are going to lose control of the zone, but they haven't quite lost control of the map. As long as he doesn't die from this bomb, dies from a Dynamo 3v3 situation. Wall up, safety for now. Dynamo getting ready to probably use a Echo right here, and oh, this is bad. This is a 2v4 situation. As Mutebot tries to take back control from Kairos right now, they're going to be able to Echo, and that Echo is going to make it even harder to push up that ramp when you're revealed like that. So this yeah,
there it goes,
Echo.
just like you called
Wolf
it.
is echoed and stuck in an ink strike animation, but somehow not punished. 1 second left. They get control. I don't know how that exactly went down, but that's really good for Mutebot. They're able to take control, and this is pretty convincing. If Wolf gets a sprinkle up in a good spot as well, maybe up on this billboard over here to the top left, it will. Oh no! Don't die to the heavy. Don't die to the heavy. Oh, he died to the heavy. Not good. 2v4 situation. Maybe a little overextension. The Kraken kill. Gets another member. This is scary.
This is very scary. One thing I want to throw back from just a second ago, cute little placement there. The reason that he was even able to get that ink strike is because of that sprinkler, very good painting potential. But now you see they're all stuck in the back. That sprinkler mostly going to be there. It's an awesome kill. No, he needed that. I'm not sure that they're going to be able to get people back in time to paint the zone.
That was a tray, but I don't know if anyone has anything to jump to. Wolf also doesn't have stealth jump, unfortunately. So if he does have a team member alive at the top of the map, he won't be able to go there. The lead changes hands. Wolf is going to do what he's been doing. It's been working out so far, going for these flanks. Hopefully he doesn't get punished by a full setup roster of Kairos right here, as he pushes up ramp and just makes his attempt to get control.
This is their last chance right here. He's going to die, but he does get the ink strike in zone. If they can get some more ink there, they might be able to stack a penalty.
Just someone get Wolf a safe spawn so he can get up there and do something. They need a shooter in the front lines. He is going to be able to jump to the sniper when he lands. Oh, this is a lot of enemy paint. This is kind of scary. Sprinkler goes down, but I don't really think it's going to do much to deter any kind of combat situation. He gets the kill. He starts painting.
Can he paint? He has to paint. He has to paint. No.
Oh, no. Unfortunately, dies in zone there. That was man, I can't believe that was the set. That seemed way closer than it was, and it's going to be 1-3. Kairos is going to take this. Mutebot going to go down. Like, honestly, I really expected Mutebot to come back and win that. You know what I mean? And I was kind of actually, as much as I make fun of Wolf for picking wacky weapons, he was doing a pretty good job with the 89. He was using it to its potential. Unfortunately, I think that last ink strike that he did, he didn't make sure he was safe enough, so he got punished when he was stuck in the ink strike animation. But whatever. That's the set. That's the game.